What's going on, everybody? It's Frosty here. Welcome back to the Deadly SiN, the official podcast representing SiN Nation. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed these past two episodes that have went live. Today, we're going to get into a call with one of the other three owners of SiN Nation. We're going to be getting in a call with Echeo, and we're going to be discussing how he got into streaming, start, and into SiN Nation and all that fun stuff. Announcing some future stuff coming with all of that. Before we talk to Echeo, we are going to, as always, cover our community section of the 8th Deadly SiN. So let's go see what's going on around the community. What's up, guys? So, as always, we are going to start with the community section of the podcast. This week, there isn't a lot that went on, honestly. Kayy's tournament is today. Uh, as I'm recording this right now, it is currently happening. It's a very exciting tournament. It is the co-ed tournament, 2 male, 2 female. If you didn't watch last week's episode 2, we actually talked to Kayy about the tournament, so you can go check that out if you haven't already. Yeah, her tournament is going on right now. As it is not finished yet, I will not announce anything. But Abyss Tropics actually just hosted a tournament today as well. Hardpoint only, Kayy's is S&D only. And the results to both of those will be posted on the next week's podcast, since they did happen today. The EO tournament is hosted next Saturday for April 30th. Goof is participating, one of our three owners actually. So make sure you go say what's up to him, give him your support. And tomorrow, EO is actually hosting the Warzone Rebirth tournament. Rebirth quads. We have a whole team participating with that under the name SiN. It's gonna be myself, Echeo, who's the third leader of SiN, with myself and Goof, as well as Bear and Dark Helmet, who are 2 members of Reactor 9 that have partnered with SiN Nation to run this tournament. It is definitely a stacked team. Echeo and Bear work phenomenally together, and Dark and I have enough map knowledge to be able to stay alive so those two can go play out. So it's absolutely going to be a banger. Make sure you guys go show your support in the EO tournament. I believe Smoke is live streaming it with Raven, so you guys can hit them up. Vans and Meth, Obey Mephi, are hosting a tournament on May 7th, which is going to be hardpoint only, I believe. And that is going to be exciting to watch. Obey Mephi is one of the people that are hosting this Obey our recruitment challenge, the main person who's hosting it. So seeing him host the tournament is going to be pretty exciting, as well as I haven't seen a whole lot from Vans around the community, but I am excited to see what he can. I know that he's a community member, a lot of people know, so that is going to be exciting to watch. I know a lot of big names are going to be in that, such as the Avengers and Team Tonka. We're in the Carnage tournament, so make sure you guys go check that out. As well as SiN has officially announced that we are hosting a tournament. It is going to be S&D only, launched on May 4th. All of the details are in the tweets that we put just recently, so make sure you guys go check that out. That'll be pretty awesome. We are excited to host our first tournament. The Obey Recruitment Challenge is still live, so if you see any Obey members saying reppin', make sure you do hashtag Obey Goofy to the end. We are 100% behind Obey Goofy. Since just in this first week of the challenge, Echeo and I have actually both decided to go for the RC as well. I am going to be going the Obey Studios position as a GFX artist, so hashtag Obey Frostii, and Echeo is going as a content creator slash streamer slash Warzone player slash he plays a bunch of games, and he's just going for the content creation side. So hashtag Obey Echeo, hashtag Obey Goofy, hashtag Obey Frostii. All sure you guys are supporting us. We absolutely love seeing the hashtags. Goof is getting a lot of love right now, which is absolutely. Before we get into talking with Echeo, we we have a few recruits to cover this week. Just from 4 different teams. This week was kind of a slow week. Also, we have been very, very busy with stuff regarding SiN. Practices specifically Self and Echo and Goof C challenge, obviously. So, we've been very busy, so we haven't been able to keep up the way that we usually do, unfortunately. But we still had to get our podcast out because it's the only regular content that we still have. So, Project 7 has picked up two Warzone demons. They have picked up Tyranix and Bunbo, and from the looks of both of their recruitments, it was absolutely insane. You guys can go check them out on the Project 7 Twitter page. They have a production video for both of them. Congratulations to both of them as well. Team Parallel has picked up Baby Walk, M is Guilty, and Razor. Um, Baby Walk, the proclaimed by Parallel the vibe man of Twitch, I believe is how they phrased it. His recruitment video was pretty dope. M's all three of their recruitments were awesome. Make sure you guys go follow Parallel on Twitter if you haven't already. They are making big moves with themselves and Prodigies, picking up a lot of goats around the community. Speaking of Prodigies, they picked up members this week. They picked up Bolt 37 as well as Mirikes. Hopefully I said that correctly. Um, yeah, congratulations to all of those members of Parallel and Prodigies. And right with those, know that they have a lot of stuff going on right now. They're a new team around the community regarding Prodigies right now. So congratulations to all of the success that they're having currently. Carnage Clan actually recruited a new member this week, which is exciting because Carnage is they just hosted their tournament and they're kind of a hot commodity name right now with the merch that they just dropped. It's absolutely insane. Um, Legacy merch, but formerly Obey T, the Legend of T, um, I believe left from Obey, and recently this week got picked up Carnage Clan. She is now Carnage T, so that is awesome. T. I've seen her mainly focused on Warzone recently. That doesn't mean that she doesn't play other games, but anytime that I drop by her stream, I always see her playing Warzone. So maybe a new Warzone content creator for Carnage there, and I'm sure she has a lot more versatility in a lot of other games too that I don't know. That is all I got for the community side this week. It's shorter than there's still a lot of exciting things happening coming up. If you guys are looking to enter any of those tournaments, make sure you guys go hit up the people that are hosting the tournaments, including SiN Nation. There are tweets about all of those tournaments that I have mentioned, so you guys can go check out their pages and message who needs message for those. Other than that, guys, we are going to get into a call with Echeo and talk about SiN Nation, what's coming for the future of SiN, talk about Echo's start and streaming and all that stuff. So we will see you guys in just a moment here when we go ahead and switch off.
Yeah, let's knock this shit out.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the uh, inviting a guest and getting to know them and their part in the community, how they fit into this big puzzle of the sniping community that we have right now. This week we have Kayy. We just finished the talking about the community portion, and we are going to be talking to Kayy, getting to know him, his start in streaming, where he came from, and just getting to know a little bit more about SiN, because he is actually one of the other owners of SiN, including myself and Goofy. So we're going to talk a little bit about SiN today, and we're going to get his controversial opinions in gaming, as we always do here. So let's just start out with what's up, man? We're glad to have you.
It's an honor to be here, man.
I mean, this was an idea, one of the first ideas we launched when we thought about SiN as an idea. Like, this was one of the first things we wanted to do. We were like, podcast in the community would be good. We're getting like averaging a solid amount of views considering the amount of subscribers we have right now. So I think the podcast is kind of a hit right now.
Like I said, I've seen other people do it on Twitch. I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen that it can blow up. It can kind of go places if you do it right.
Right.
And So that's why I kind of brought up the idea when we were talking about launching SiN and look at what it's doing for us now, you know?
I think it's probably our it's pretty much our main source of content right now because we haven't really launched anything else. Um, and I mean it's carrying the YouTube channel. We've gotten 20 subscribers off of it, which is literally pity numbers when we're talking about the YouTube scene. But considering a team that launched 2 weeks ago with like one video drop with someone who had like 30, 40 viewers in their stream, and like that was it. That was all we had for a
Mhm.
launch. Like we didn't have some crazy like, hey, I'm a phase member, like come check out this recruitment challenge, like 500 people watching and like gets a million subscribers. Like we have what we have, but we're making it work. So
That's sometimes some of the best things start out small.
X.
Some of the biggest things start out small, and it's a climb, bro. You have to keep driving for it, no matter how much you want to give up, no matter how much shit gets hard. You have to keep driving for it.
100%. I mean, I have full faith in SiN and everything that's going on right now. Next week is going to be an absolute banger. We have multiple guests on. I think that's going to be one of the takeoff episodes for our podcast. I hope, because we have a lot of Obey our Sea Granders on that shit. But we are not going to go into next week because we obviously have this week to talk about. So let's start with what? How did you get your start in streaming? What made you want to become a streamer or a content creator?
That's actually a really good question. So, starting out about middle school years, I started watching like a lot of phase members when it came to trick shotting, temper, adapt, Apex, Reigns, like all those guys on YouTube. Um, Seeing their content, seeing the comments on the content, like I kind of made me want to get into content creation a little bit. And then playing the game, I had a lot of buddies be like, "You're really good at this game. You should start streaming." And I didn't quite know what it was until they explained to me, go to Twitch, create an account, and just start putting your gameplay out there. So, yep, I started around middle school.
School. Okay. Which Call of Duty was like the? Did you start on Call of Duty?
I did actually. The very first Call of Duty I ever played was Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
It was the first multiplayer Call of Duty I ever played. But when I started creating content was more around Black Ops 2 days.
Okay.
So
So with trick shotters being your main inspiration in like the gaming scene, did you start off as a sniper in Call of Duty?
I did not.
Oh,
I Yeah, trick shotters were like my main inspiration into getting into Call of Duty, but my biggest inspiration into my gameplay itself and the way I play is King Scump.
okay.
Scumpy has always been my idol since I was a kid. Seeing how my gameplay was a lot like his, he was the person I wanted to be or be better than.
Right.
And I mean, look at him now. He's still the king of CDL when it comes to SMG gameplay. Like, yeah, you have Dashy, who is like right up his alley. You have Shotzi, who's right there too. But it's always you're always gonna hear of King Scump, and
So
that's my idol.
I remember his like debut days when like he was like joining Optic, but he wasn't old enough to officially play for them yet. So like they had to bench him until he was like just turned 17 kind of thing. Like then like
He was
now
insane.
he's I think third oldest in the league right now, which is crazy to me. He taught by the two people who play longer than by Clay and Krim.
Yeah, yeah. He was insane as a kid, and he had a lot of talent for them to watch him and want to pick him up even before he was of age.
I think one of the clips cemented in my mind to this day is just the Yemen clip where he plays Ring Around the Rosie around the column and he, who's the best in the game? That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
cemented in my mind. Like I will always remember that clip. Like
And he,
he
he hasn't changed who
defined.
he was.
Oh, he hasn't at all.
He is still the same person today as he was back then.
100%.
Like if you watch any of his Warzone content, It's still the same CDL scump you're watching. It's just a different style of content.
Just won like $100,000 Warzone tournament or something like maybe a month ago.
Yep.
Went against Aiden in the last two, beamed his ass. Night night. I was like, damn, bro, he took down Aiden. That's crazy.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
so with that being said, so your a lot of your starting started with trick shotters, and a lot of your gameplay resembles that of like Scump. So like with that in mind, I know you do a little bit of like, well, mostly main sniping now. Did you ever get into the comp side
I did. So Black Ops 2 was kind of the start of my competitive side. I played a lot of league play. Um, but where I really kind of took off when it came to the competitive side was when Cold War first dropped. I did nothing but red gun as soon as the game dropped. I found that my go-to SMG was the AKU,
as it was for
um,
most?
as it is still one of the most
Yeah,
overpowered
I would
SMGs in the
I would
game
argue
today.
in history, it's
It, it's up there. I do have a few other SMGs that I think kind of
for a comp
match it.
SMG. I think it's
The
one of the
comp
tops.
SMGs, the AKU is by far the top.
I think the only one that could even like compare like in prime was the ASM one.
And that was another one that I ran when I used the ASM one. So
So you're
um,
very much a sub player then.
I am.
Okay.
When it comes to red gunning gameplay, I'm mostly a sub player.
Right.
Like I said, I started my comp really in Cold War. I joined a organization called Grim Gaming. What they did was they took a lot of underrated talent and kind of showcased them, paid for tournaments, paid for wagers, kind of helped get their people's name out there. They they had one guy who got picked up by um, an amateur team. I don't quite remember who it was exactly that picked him up, but he was by far one of the best players I've ever seen. That was probably the fastest nukes I've ever seen in domination or hardpoint. My bad, hardpoint and control. Um, like I'm talking about nuke after nuke after nuke. Like the kid was just insane. But when he got to that competitive side and started playing for the amateur team, he kind of his nerves kind of got to him.
Right.
So he unfortunately switched to Halo after that downfall there. But that's where I started to get my showcasing as a sub flex. So I could either run a sub or I could run the AR. But for the most part, I was running an SMG. I was entry fragging. I was rotating early. Like I was doing all that for my team while my ARs were anchoring down, holding angles. So we were getting the points type stuff,
Right.
which is basic knowledge when it comes to the CDL side of things. That's how you kind of want to play it. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where I get a lot of my play style from now. Is I kind of just go into it like it's a CDL match, but I swapped my weapon from an AKU to a sniper.
Alright, so you literally run your sniper like it's sub.
Yes, sir. I do.
Sound a lot like Goofy. Uh,
A lot of dumb plays, but there's times where the clips just
I mean,
they
yeah,
keep
when you're
coming.
playing pubs, if you hit, it pays off. That's where
Yes,
I
sir.
kind of like, cause when I'm getting my clips, hiding behind my fucking desk, mounting on a fucking, mounting on a computer desk and fucking Gluboko, spawn trapping kids. It's not as impressive when I'm hard scoping with my Tundra and get the collat head into the collat head because they're just spawning there and I'm like they can't hit me because I'm pixel peeking. And you play like Goofy does, like he gets his clout for a reason. So,
Yep.
um, so did you start with Twitch when you started content creating, or did you start like posting videos on YouTube? Did you start like when TikTok was a thing?
So I do have an original YouTube channel that I don't post on anymore. It kind of was just me uploading shit from PlayStation because I didn't have any editing software. So I would go into theater, I would find the clip itself, I would fucking record it, render it, and send it straight to YouTube type thing. Um, and then when I found out about Twitch is when I started doing Twitch. Uh, so I've been streaming on Twitch for about 8 years now. On and off, I've quit 3 times due to personal reasons. One was focusing on school, which paid off because I ended up graduating high school with honors. The second one was I joined the military and I wanted to focus more on my career. I said I can't be doing this shit anymore, so I gave up on streaming then as well. And then the third time was I got into a really deep mental funk, and I I just told myself I can't do this shit anymore, and ended up quitting. And then came back, had a few more friends say I should start streaming again. I met you and Goof was probably my biggest inspiration to keep going, no matter how much I wanted to quit. So that's where I am today.
It's a solid inspiration for a lot. I think a lot of small streamers struggle to find that I guess drive to keep going, and they really have to like either be in a very balanced like state mentally, or they have to have someone to kind of guide them who is a bigger inspiration, someone who's in a reachable like aspiration, not like a king scump is my idol, you know, like someone who like you can talk to if you need some guidance or assistance, or need someone to tell you going. It's like as much as we like to say it, like none of us are going to be able to get into a call with Scump and Scump be like, yeah, man, no, keep going. Like, it's just not going to happen. So having someone like
Yeah.
Goof has the recognition as a community like GOAT, and not just Goof. Like, there's a lot of people in, especially our community, who you could just reach out to at any time and be like, I just don't want to do this anymore, and they would be like, yeah, you need a pep talk, and they would just get in a call with you and slap you up a little bit and be like, nah, get back on your feet.
I mean, I've talked to Drago, Demon Drago.
Yep.
I've talked to Boost. I've talked to Elena, and they all said like, "Look, dude, just keep it up. Like that's all you can do at this point. Like, if this is what you really want to do, you have to keep grinding.
X.
Like we understand the shit gets hard. It does, and if you need to take mental breaks, take mental breaks. Like there's
X.
nothing wrong with that. Like yes, you're gonna see kind of a shift in numbers whenever you do come back. Like you're not gonna have all your viewers there, this, that, and the third. I mean, it happens. But your most loyal ones will be there whenever you do decide to come back. As long as you keep in contact with your community and letting them know, like, look, guys, I should be, coming back estimated around this time, but you keep talking to them every day or even every other day, letting them know that you're still thinking about them. They're gonna come back.
X.
So there's a lot when it comes into being a content creator and stuff like that because it's easy just to jump on a game and just play without having any type of like motivation to do anything else with it.
Right.
But when it comes down to I want to do something with this gameplay and I kind of want to get my name out there, you have to be consistent.
I love
Whether
this.
that is talking to your community, whether that is networking through other people, or that is just strictly uploading every day, every week,
Right.
whatever you decide to do. You just have to be somewhat consistent with it.
I love the stereotype that people give, like, and being a streamer is such an easy career path. I actually saw Pride tweet this out the other day, Parallel Pride. He said, uh, so, not exactly quoted, but something along the lines of, I love when people say that streaming is such an easy career path. Why are so many people struggling to?
Exactly.
It's like, even
Let's see if I can find it.
even if people do this full time, like it's hard to, even if you stay consistent, make sure that your numbers stay consistent.
Mhm.
Because I know people in the community personally that have quit their job, focus on this full time. Their first week they do this, they have like I'm not gonna name a name, but somebody just hit 1,000 subs for the first time on their channel. Um, Someone who's like very goated in the community and very rightfully deserved. But next month, like I've seen his numbers drop because he switched to a new game. Um, Next month he could drop from 1,000 to like 300. Which
Mhm.
300 subs is still like a lot for some people, but like going from 1,000 to
Mhm.
300, like that's a huge drop. When or Pride got partnered, I know Pride was hitting insane numbers, and like the only reason I'll say this is because he said it on live stream in front of his viewers. But he said like the first month that like especially when he did that tournament, that huge tournament that he did, he was getting a lot of numbers. He had people like some people drop like two gifted just by themselves. And he got a lot of support that like first month, and then when he became partnered, it kind of like fell off. And if he didn't have that extra cash from the month, he wouldn't have been able to pay his bills, and he went fine with it. So um, it's a very risky business getting into it. It's like you can say like yeah, it's easy. For me personally, I barely even run my own channel. All I do is edit and do graphics around this community for SiN. I I can't keep up. Like all I'm putting out are these podcasts right now and like a question of the day, like not even every day anymore, maybe every other day. I it's not losing motivation is very hard. When you don't see the numbers you think you deserve, trying to keep in touch with everybody, making sure that you still have a name for yourself while you're growing your channel, because just growing your channel isn't going to grow if you don't stay in touch with the community. So it's very hard to like get off stream and then say, okay, now I got to go talk so people still know who I am. Streams like
Yep.
it's never ending.
I actually just did that yesterday. I stopped by a buddy of mine stream that I haven't stopped by in forever. Like I kind of been doing that throughout this week, and he actually asked me yesterday. He said, "Why did you change your name?" And I told him. I was like, the reason I changed my name from Tiny Cali to Echo is one, it sounds more appeasing to people.
Yeah,
Like when you see Tiny Cali, the first thing you typically think of just by the name itself is either I'm from California or two, I'm a female, right? So I changed it to something that was a little more appeasing, especially if I were to join a team. Like right now, I'm in the Obey RC grind. If
facts.
I were to get picked up by Obey, Obey Echo sounds way better than Obey Tiny or Obey Cali. Like
Right,
that's if there's not already an Obey Cali, you know. So I kind of went with something that will match a team's name a lot better, as well as something that kind of had a little more pop to it, that stood out from everybody else. That, like I said, it was a little more appeasing, especially whenever you come in and you see like me on face cam. You're not questioning my name with my appearance type thing.
right.
So, but I haven't been in his stream in months. A few of the other people I haven't been in their stream in months, and just stopping by. I was like, hey, look, I'm sorry I haven't been here. I've just been super fucking busy. But I do miss being here talking to you guys. But I just wanted to let you know this is who I am. And they're like, dude, we understand and we appreciate anytime you come through. We love
Facts.
having you around. We love talking to you. You are such a vibe, and that's kind of how I keep up with the people I network with. Is even though I'm not there every day, if I have the time to stop by, I will stop by and I will say something to you. I will talk to you for a little bit.
Yeah, it's the way to
But I
do it.
got my own shit I have to do. I have to pump out content. I have to get clips every day. Like it's a grind as a content creator.
100%. Never ending. Like you wake up, like last thing you do before you go to bed, checking your thing you do. Thing I do.
Yep.
Just checking my numbers.
Get on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, see how many views I've gone up, if I had any reactions, comments, all that type of stuff, man.
I'm
And then,
starting to get into the part where I'm learning algorithms and comparing numbers. So like I'll see what does better than other things by like what hashtags, what music I use, the the style of the edit that's taking place, what kind of clip it is, if it's trick shot or kill, like multi kills or whatever it is. If it's comedic, if it's helpful to like a creative class thing. I'm comparing all those numbers, and I just have like notes on notes that I could just post around my room. I'm a psychopath. It's like
It keeps you in
it's,
order. It keeps you in check. It helps you stay mentally sane. Like for me, I found it was easier for me to upload shit between 6 and 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Why? Because that's when most people are getting up. Most people our age are either just now going to sleep or getting up, and they're they're checking all these things. So when they go through the feeds, they see your stuff pop up. Either they watch the whole thing, they interact with it, they either drop you a follow, a sub, so on and so forth.
all right. Sorry about that, guys. We had a little personal interruption there that we had to take care of. With that, we are gonna move into block two, where we usually talk about the that the person that we are with is on. In this case, we are both on SiN, so we are going to talk about SiN, future plans with SiN, clear up any questions with SiN that you guys have asked us, or maybe wanting to ask us that you haven't gotten to. Anything that we could further explain for you guys, I guess. So let's just start with, I think, see the most that is kind of the biggest. I don't really know how to phrase it. I just hear a lot of people saying like, "Can I join your team?" Uh, you
Hear
want
that a lot
you
too.
want to clear it up?
So Sin isn't a team, guys. It is an organization that me, Goof, and Frostii have decided to create to help a lot of small like content creators grow. We've been in this game for a really long time. Some of us have. Some of us are a little newer to it. We've all started differently as content creators when it, you know, coming up as trying to figure out what it is that you want to do, what kind of content you want to create, what platforms to post on. So that's kind of what we're here for. Um, that's what SiN is. It's a community slash organization for that specific reason, as well as competitive players whose name isn't quite out there, who want to get more into the competitive scene. Um, is to help y'all figure out what it is y'all need to do to either get to where you want to be as a competitive player, or we will, obviously register into tournaments, any upcoming tournaments. And that's another way of you kind of getting your name out there as a competitive player, whether it's a sniper or a red gunner. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, we literally define as a. There's nothing about us that defines as a team. We don't even like to use the like. We don't like the term clan, or we don't even really use organization when we're talking about it. It's like right now, it is strictly like community, like media based, like something that you guys can go to see the updates around the community, like what we do podcast, anything on Twitter where we like to involve as many members of the community as possible. Then we are like our sole focus is to help small streamers grow, get exposure, and to get big streamers into a brand new community to help get them in a whole new like where people haven't heard their name before, because the COD community is freaking massive. Just because you average 100 viewers, which a lot of people in our community um, average 100 viewers, and you have like 4K followers, you haven't even scratched the iceberg. Like you're just known in our general like red community. I could even go as far to say as there are sniping communities that haven't even you're at like that. If you don't have like a name like Obey attached to you, or Phase, or um
Parallel even.
even yeah, even Parallel, like a name like that attached to the front of your name or back, um there's a good chance that a lot of like the sniping community doesn't know who you are. Like, there's a lot of upcoming teams that have a lot of followage and stuff like that, but like if people see, I don't even want to like say any team. If people see like SiN on your name, obviously they aren't gonna know who you because we are nobody. But there's a lot of teams in that are like that have a huge rep in our direct community. There are so many different circles in the massive circle that's in Call of Duty. It's ridiculous. Um, so we just want to help big content creators get bigger and small content creators start growing to get a taste. That really is just the message behind what we're trying to do. Um, then in the future, there's going to be a lot more stuff dropping that has a lot more opportunities for people, where things get to start getting a little bit serious for SiN. But right now, we are strictly community based and trying to help people find their niche. Um, that's just kind of where it's at right now.
Yeah.
So with SiN, um, I've had a lot of people on announcement. We said that there will be like Goof running the community side, you kind of run the comp side, and I run the art side. Um, we told a lot of our people that when they are interested in affiliating with SiN, um, there will be a lot of outreach for them to into the content creation side and stuff like that. So like directly with them, talking one on one, helping them find their way to grow, stuff like that. Um, we want you guys to understand there is an Obey RC going on right now, and Obey is streamed. Like Goof started streaming like roughly a year ago, and his very first stream that he ever did was like his stream title was grinding for. Like this man has he isn't even interested in phase. He doesn't care about. I don't want to say he doesn't care. If he got an offer from one of those and he didn't make it into Obey, I'm sure he did. He is Obey. He is Obey Goofy. It's his only goal. So until this RC is done, he's probably focused on Obey more than SiN. It's not even probably. He is focused on Obey more than
Mhm.
SiN. Echeo is in the Obey RC. I am trying to make a name for myself as a graphics artist so I can expand our name to the next level. When it comes to Echeo and myself, we need to grow our names before we can
Can
make
grow
SiN's
yours.
name grow. Goof is our growing ground. Like Goof is the person who's gonna make SiN a name, and we don't want it to rely on one person. So we still have to grow our solo names before we up to that next level. Um, that being said, we talk almost nightly about the best way to move things forward. Um, we're entering in tournaments now. We're playing Warzone tournament. When this gets posted, it'll be Saturday, so the Warzone tournament tomorrow. Hosted by EO. So if you guys aren't watching that, make sure you go check it out. I'm pretty sure myself, Echo, and Bear will probably all stream it, and the new announcement that's coming out. Um, Probably the day that this comes out, so probably today, Saturday. Um, yeah, like there hasn't been an announcement in like 5 days. We have like 15 people announced. I am doing a lot of shit IRL. Like I am trying to grow my own shit. I'm trying to grow um SiN's name by like on all platforms. Echo and Goof are like hard grinding the Obey RC, pushing out more content than I've ever seen them put. Uh, I have I have commissions I need to fill with graphics, with edits. I have um, shit I have to do just to like make sure that everything is organized. We're starting to launch a tournament on the 14th, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of stuff that I have to organize that I don't have time to just sit down and edit like an announcement video. Like I know those things are only like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long, but they take a fucking minute to edit. Like 2 hours, 3 hours, because I want to make sure it's perfect. I don't want to give someone a trashy ass edit. That's not a good look for the start of it. So just understand, just because it doesn't look like it's happening with SiN, all
There's
of
a
the
lot of shit happening in the background,
there's a
guys.
lot of fucking shit happening in the background. So let's talk about some of the content that's getting released with SiN in the future. Right now, I have, like I said, about 15 announcement videos I have to do. Obviously, we have the monthly montage dropping on the 5th, so I have to get announcements kicked out for all of those people that are participating in that. Obviously, we're doing weekly podcasts every Saturday right now. That's probably the only thing that's been consistent with us since we started. Um, we have we are recording the snipers only list. Recorded it yesterday, so Friday. That'll have to get recorded. Um, that's going to be getting posted probably sometime next week. We're going to be starting a streamers of the week. We have already talked to a few streamers about being a part of that. They are all interested, so that's going to start getting recorded soon. You have top 5 clips of the week, which is something that's going to be happening probably next month, and getting picked out then, stuff like that. We have a lot of stuff coming in the future. Is there anything that I didn't hit that you think of?
Um, Probably not anything you want me to expose right now.
Okay.
Uh, but that, I mean, that pretty much touches grounds of everything that we talked about. Like, um, we we are actually talking about the the production of merch for you guys too. Like
Yeah.
that's gonna take a lot of time. Trying to figure out the right sponsor for it, who we're gonna use for it, what exactly is gonna be the graphics for it.
Right.
That's a whole other beast in itself that we have to work out the kinks for. But that is something we are looking at doing for you guys too. Um, but the biggest thing is, streamer of the week, the monthly montage for SiN. It's a lot of it's the graphics and editing side so far.
Kicking out as
Um,
much content as we possibly can while still sticking the message of SiN, which is helping the community. So,
yeah. And I mean that's what the monthly montage is, and the streamer of the week is for your guys' recognition, not ours. It's so people can see what talents you have, what you can bring to whatever team they have, so they can possibly pick you up if that's what you want, or even for people to see the content that you create on your streams, and it allows people to start coming through. You can possibly build a community that way. Like I know some of you guys have messaged me directly about the whole comp side of things. That is obviously going to take some time. Like right now, we're testing the waters with these tournaments, trying to see. We'll try to really build a name for SiN, so when these tournaments start coming around, we can start entering a lot more. And when we start entering a lot more of these, we'll start replacing like myself for you guys. Start replacing Frostii and Goofy for you guys, so y'all can start building a name for yourselves through the tournaments as well. It's all just testing the waters at this point right now, guys. And there's a lot that goes into running a community. It's not all fucking rainbows and sparkles.
right.
It starts from the ground up, and we've built our foundation. Now we're starting to build our empire on top. Our nation. That's what we're trying to do. Is build a community for all you guys to feel safe and give you exactly what it is that you're expecting from us.
100%.
So just give us some time, and eventually you'll see it start taking off. It'll
Thanks.
take off slowly but surely, but it'll start taking off,
Like
and you'll start
we've
seeing
only
the
been live
difference.
for 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, it feels like it's been 7 months for me
Mhm.
personally. Um, I've
And-
I don't think I've gotten more than 2 hours of sleep in the past like
mhm.
maybe month. Even before we officially launched. I sporadic naps it keeps me alive. But like
Yeah.
I quit my job. I've gone full time with this. I'm about to not be able to pay my bills. Um, Like, I'm about to have to pick up a job again because I can't do this full time and pay everything. Um,
Like you said, there's a lot of shit that me and him work on in the background. I'm talking about we're up until late
5 a.m.
and like working out kinks for you guys as well as trying to pump out our own content. Like
Practicing for tournaments because we have to make a name somehow. Like
it's a lot of shit that we're doing, but we will get you guys there. Trust. That's all you got to do is just trust.
um yeah, it's a nonstop grind, and anyone who's like been doing content for a while, I know a lot of like some people did get just like post a video, got 500,000 views, and then just fucking popped off. Um, that's not how content works. Like that's literally like a 1 in a million type scenario. Like you gotta like your first video you ever pump out is like phase montage level with like A1 reactions, fucking
Or it's
to do
completely different content that no one has ever fucking seen
right,
before.
right, and that's
Like
just
you are doing something completely different than everybody else is in that game. Like
yeah,
that's the only time your shit's gonna pop like that. If you're doing pretty much the same content as everybody else, you have to find something that differentiates you from those people. Like there's one guy on TikTok. He plays Warzone. I mean, who doesn't play Warzone and wants to create content? A lot of people do. But the way that he kind of made a name for himself is he replaced all the gun sounds with literal sounds he made with his mouth.
yeah, and it popped off. It was
And like this dude, he's views after views after views, follows after follows. Like he's big, but he found his niche that made him different than everybody else.
yeah. Um, that's about all I have to cover with SiN. If you guys want to know how to affiliate with SiN, and if you guys are interested in joining, there is going to be an application being posted on our Twitter, and it's going to stay pinned to the SiN Nation Twitter account. The SiN Nation Twitter is like right directly under my camera. Um, you could just go hit that up, hit us with a follow, say what's up, come message us. I'm day at least checking it at least every hour. Like I'm always on that shit. You guys will be able to like interact with our posts, say what's up. There's gonna be a post kind of explaining who we are, what we do, stuff like that, as well as just how to join, basically, how to affiliate with us, how to be part of the nation and help grow your name. And like I said, just stay on the wait list for content being pumped out. As this Obey RC is coming to a close, we are getting a lot of our mojo back, I guess is the best way to put it, because I can focus a lot more on edits rather than trying to showcase graphics, which is what I am professional in. I'm not professional in edits. I'm a professional graphic designer, not an editor. So like this is a whole new domain for me. I just said like yeah, I'll hop on it until we pick up an editor, and then editors we picked up literally got signed to teams like the second we launched, and they got a name behind them. Like they got picked up almost. So it's hard because now it's all on me, but like that doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So um, that being said, is there anything else you want to say before we close up the third block to this?
I have nothing else to really say about SiN. Like it, that's pretty much everything that y'all need to know about it.
If you guys have any questions, like my DMs are open on Twitter like all the time. If
My
you want my
DMs are open as well.
yeah, you can hit up Kayy on any of the medias below. Join the SiN Nation Discord. It is open to everybody. It shows anytime that we post a tweet, anytime we post a video, a podcast, montage, anything of that sort, TikTok, um, post on Instagram, literally anything. That's all available for you. It also has the application form in the Discord. You guys can click on that. You can just go through the Discord instead of having to go to the Twitter and go through all those steps. See when we upload a tournament, announce a tournament, or have any major announcements, stuff like that. as well as it's probably the easiest place to interact with me personally. At least I can't speak for Echo or Goofy, but I am on Discord. It is my Snapchat. Like I am on Discord 24.
My Discord's always open on my PC. It's always open on my phone.
Yeah. So like
And I'm always
hit
on
up
Twitter as
myself or
well.
Echo.
So
You can go to our personal like Twitch and our Discords are linked there, and you can just hit us up. You know what I mean? Ask us any questions or um ask what hair products I use. That's a popular question I get. But yeah, other than that, like just be ready, man. SiN is, without sounding cheesy, SiN is up next. And I'm ready for it. Ready to sin with honor, forgive my sins, man. Like it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a household thing. People gonna be ready for it.
there's
With that, I think we are gonna close out the second block and move third block. All right, so as you guys can tell, there's a little bit of a difference in lighting. We did have to go do some tournament practice, so it was about a 6 hour split in between blocks 2 and 3 here. But block 1 we talked about Echo and his start in streaming, and 2 we talked about SiN, what we have planned for SiN in the future, and how we are going to get stuff pushed out with SiN, and how we're excited to grow. Block 3 is one that typically gets the most controversial comments posted about. This is where we ask the gaming opinions of our guest, and this one's going to be an interesting one because Echo doesn't focus one game. So we're going to ask a few questions from a few different games, and as most of our people main Call of Duty around this community, we have one specific question that we always ask at the end of it. So first thing we're going to ask, because I don't main a lot of the games that you play, so I'm just going to go with the ones that I know what to ask for, basically. Um, what is your main legend in Apex?
main legend name. I actually made two of them. It is Wraith and Bloodhound.
Okay, so you're very, oh, okay. Wraith to fit your push heavy playstyle.
It is.
Okay,
And kind of the same with Bloodhound due to the side of the Allfather.
okay.
It kind of allows me to cheat a little bit, I guess you can say, with
Have you played
League of
recently
Wall.
with like any of the new legends? Mad Maggie or something like that?
The biggest one I use out of the new ones is Valkyrie.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but I have used Loba a few times.
Even
What's that?
those are a little
That
bit
one
older.
lady. She Horizon, I think is her name.
Horizon,
I use her a little bit.
Tornado. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are even those are a little bit older. I think the two newest ones are
It's Mad Maggie and
there's one in between her and Seer. It's the female like Seer almost. She's like cloaked with a
Ash.
ash. Yeah,
I have used Ash a few times.
I haven't touched
Can't quite
anything.
like understand how to use her in the game yet, so
Yeah.
I kind of just left her there.
Um. Okay. Well, that's about all I know how to ask. Is there a favorite drop spot that you have on Apex?
Dude, I haven't played Apex in
Yeah.
like I don't know how long. In the new map, I know absolutely nothing.
I just know that we've
Typically,
played
just kind of
Apex
drop where
before,
everyone
so
drops.
yeah, fair enough. Um. All right. Let's go. Let's go war. Um. What, what's the go-to gun? I guess for Warzone. Go-to class, like perfect class setup for
Well, right now, it's the AK-47, Cold War AK-47
you. Okay.
with RBK barrel and the Bullfrog. It's
I think
kind of my go-to.
either the bullfrog or a bison just got like a silent buff, so the it's kind of tearing.
But before that was definitely the automaton and MP40, or I would use automaton with the hipfire PPSH.
Sweat. All right. And you pretty much only play Rebirth right now. I don't think anyone really likes Caldera.
I can't stand Caldera.
Fair enough.
If they did it a little different, it probably would be better. But they kind of dropped the ball on it.
What
Felt
is
like it
the
was kind of a rushed map.
it's the go-to drop? Zen buff.
Uh, well, recently through practice, we've been dropping control quite a bit,
Yeah,
but for the most part, I am a prison showers type drop person.
you seem like you in showers.
Fuck you.
Uh,
But it's mostly just because there's a lot of loot and a lot of cash down there, and
yeah,
a lot of teams tend to drop there, so you can kind of wipe out at least two, maybe three teams right off a rip, and
facts.
that's 2, 3 teams less that you have to worry about throughout the game.
Control is nice because it usually ends up getting us like 15 kills off because those teams will keep coming back and the fourth person can always just hide. So
Yes, sir.
it's
With
very
control, you can farm. You can farm teams for days.
percent. Um, we're gonna do a left field question. I don't. Do you drink G Fuel?
Um, I've actually never tried G Fuel other than the can of drinks.
All right. What's the best can that you've tried?
I I have to give it to PewDiePie. Um,
PewDiePie can is
the
pretty
tropical
gas.
bunch one. Yeah,
That's fair
I'm
enough.
not a fan of I'm not a fan of the Sonic Rings one like that.
It's so much better in
But
the tub.
but I think it would be things definitely better than Chug Rug. Like Chug Rug, I have my mixed feelings about that
It's
one.
weird
So
because Chugrug is like significantly better than can. The tub of Chugrug is horrible.
in the tub.
Don't don't come at me, G. Uh, tub is not as good as the can. The tub is still delicious though. Sponsor us, please. So with Call of Duty right now, I mean, I personally know that you're a Cold War buff, and a lot of people can't really stand Vanguard. If you had a squad that was able to jump on Vanguard, would you be able to hop on Vanguard? Or are you not really like even if your squad is on, you would still rather solo on Cold War?
um, with Vanguard, it's a hit or miss with that game. Like the reason I don't really like it is not so much that the game is shit. It's more of the fact that the game is too easy for me. I can jump on, I can run solos, and I'm dropping 60, 70 kills a game, and I'm just like, I can go to Cold War and actually have so much of like the challenge when it comes to gameplay. Even if I had a team, dude, like we're running through games, I start getting bored really fast.
Yeah,
If I start having like a little more competition, it starts making the game a little more fun, and that's kind of where I went back to Cold War after Vanguard dropped because I couldn't do it.
it's fair.
But when it comes to ranked, if we're jumping into league play, oh, I can run league play all day on Vanguard with a full stacked like team.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that we might have to do. Sure, I know there were teams like Demon Season who beginners to like master rank, snipers only. That might be something that crew so we start getting some more snipers on. Sniping
Yes,
or
sir.
Vanguard just isn't a game that it needs to play right. Which is weird because when I
Yeah.
was going through channels today, I was going through a bunch of people on Vanguard and the people streaming it. It's like, bro, I don't even care if MW2 is good. Like Vanguard Year 2, and I'm like, you guys are fucking like. Doesn't even matter if the next COD is good or not. Staying on Vanguard. Uh,
No. No. Vanguard will never compare to Cold War when it comes to a year two.
I agree. Um, I think that's about all I have for questions like that. I guess we can get into the game that we're debating right now. Let's see, so with Call of Duty titles, let's go back through time because I you've played pretty much every Call of Duty that's released, like COD 4 up to Vanguard.
Yes, sir.
So this is gonna be a fun section. Give me three aspects from a past Call of Duty that need to be in Modern Warfare.
Aspects. Definitely, there's like yeah, every Call of Duty kind of has its most overpowered weapons, but in the older Call of Duties, a lot of the weapons kind of seem more balanced. So it didn't really like matter what you were using. It relied more on player and skill to actually win gunfights. So that's kind of one of the aspects I'm expecting with Modern Warfare 2 when it drops. Um, What else? Uh, I definitely do miss the being able to create your own emblems and
Yeah,
your own camos. Like when you're able to kind of like design your own shit with your
Black Ops
weapon,
3. Yeah, that was gas.
you could kind of like create your own camo in like a sense almost. I kind of miss both of those because it kind of really showed your personality whenever it came to who you were as a player. You
Was
can
that
kind of
BO?
just Black Ops 2 had the customizable emblems.
Yeah, a lot of the old CODs had that. BO1 had it, BO2 had it.
Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 had where you could do the
The camo on the gun.
weapons as well.
Okay.
It wasn't really like a camo on the guns. It was kind of you design your own little thing, but you could turn it into a camo almost. Like Call of Duty Ghosts had the Spectrum camo, the rainbow zebra stripe,
Yeah.
and like that was one of my favorite camos in that game. So when Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 dropped, what was the one thing I was doing? I was creating my own Spectrum camo for my guns in game because I think there was only one weapon that actually had it like available if you bought it in store or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So like that's what I was doing. I was literally going through every single gun, creating my own Spectrum camo for it.
I just remember in like I think it was BO3 that like they would get the sword and get a little pencil, something like pencil.
That what was it? The sour um little SMG pistol, or yeah, it was the little SMG compact. They made it look like a fucking Milwaukee or like
Oh
a
yeah.
Cobalt drill.
Yeah.
Like there was just so much creativity that you can kind of make your own, like make it your own almost.
So we got customizable emblems. We have I don't
The uh,
the
balanced
balanced
weapons
weapons. Yep.
and no, like I love the whole being able to slide cancel and the whole bunny hopping
Back to Dolphin.
and stuff like that. But like I kind of miss just more of the boots on ground where like
Oh
none of
okay.
that really existed. So like when you jumped in the air, it didn't matter. You were still taking the same amount of damage when your feet were on the ground. Like it helps a lot more when it comes to a competitive aspect, because everyone's doing it. But when it comes to pub stomping, not everyone does it. So it tends to kind of piss a lot of people off in pub matches.
It's
I
understandable.
kind of wish the lobbies would go back to the way they were in the old days. All the shit talking, like no one getting their fucking feelings hurt. Like that's the shit I miss too. Like I was fucking 12,
I feel
maybe
like we
even
still
younger,
have
playing
that.
Modern Warfare 2, and like yeah, now they're starting to come back.
Yeah.
But like when Cold War first dropped, they
Yeah.
weren't like that.
Because Modern Warfare, nobody had a mic.
Like
Silent.
no one was sitting here telling women to get back in the kitchen and do this. Like everyone was just talking shit. And like at the end of the day, like, even though we were talking shit, like it wasn't like no one really got their feelings hurt about it. There was like a few, but everyone was just doing their own thing, running with their own little teams,
Right.
doing their own shit. We're either grinding for camos or we're going for clips.
I think something that needs to come in a Call of Duty. This is weird because the Damascus grind for a lot of people is a lot.
Dude,
Um,
shit was painful. I refuse to do that shit.
Atomic, Damascus, even DM Ultra, like it's a lot for some people, right? But I think we need to have something more, and this is for me specifically because I come from the camo grind community. But like
Mhm.
to get Atomic, I can't play. When I got Chrome, I couldn't play
There's
World War II.
there's
Like
nothing else to do. Like you're
I need to have something like how there was a camo from the old BO2 days, how it was like just 100 headshots and then 5 of this, 5 of that, 5 of that, like a simple mastery camo for that. Advanced
Mhm.
mastery camo for like the camo system that we have now, because that's fucking insane. I want the obsidian back. I want fucking like um chrome leopard, I think it was called, from World War II, where you had to get all of your weapons to prestige 4. Like I
Yep.
want like I want like 10 fucking mastery camos, and that makes me sound like a crackhead, but I will have so much fun with that.
That's another thing. Another two things that I would like for like to actually come back in Call of Duty is you actually having to force yourself to prestige,
Siege.
reset all your fucking stats until you hit master prestige.
I liked that.
That and being able to prestige your weapons because once you max out your weapons
Get a kill
and
counter.
yeah, dude, you
I love that.
literally it's literally giving you something more to fucking do when
So
it
then you
comes to
don't
the
have to,
game.
your flex on Twitter isn't fucking like, oh, look at this, go to my stats, like I have 25k kills with my Tundra. Like you can see it on the
Mm,
side of your gun. That just looks so much better for thumbnails, for
yep.
like, for everything. It's just so much better.
So weapon prestiges and actually having to prestige yourself whenever you hit level 55.
Facts.
Like it kind of just gives you a little more to actually look forward to
Go to
towards the
level
grind.
1000 because when you see level 1000, it's actually respectable.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that shit. But it's like 1 to 55, 1 to 55, 1 to 55, all the way up to like prestige 10, 20 in advanced warfare's case, and then up to level 1000. Like you see a level 1000 in like 3 days, like I was shivering. I knew that that
You
kid
know
was a sweat.
that dude literally spent all day on that fucking game just to get to where he was,
I see level
and he
1000
was.
nowadays, and it's like, yeah, that dude.
Yep. Yeah, they'll probably be able to crack it like, with the technology and shit we have now. They'll probably be able to still pay for it, but when you have like those legit ones that grind for it,
I mean, if you look
you
at
already know
stats, you can tell who the legit ones are now.
um, that's a literal fucking demon right there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through COD history. Let's talk about what you think the three top influential maps are, and I'm gonna remove some because I think three of them, like 3 to 5 of them are repeated constantly. Nuketown's not allowed, Shipment's not allowed, Standoff's not allowed, Raid is not allowed, and
And raid. Hold on, what you say?
I think
Newtown shipment raid
um
standoff.
Standoff. I think I could take out Rust out of that. This has been that
Okay.
list. What do you?
I mean, I'm gonna go with my favorite map of all time, and that's High Rise.
Yeah, say that.
Um, I mean, basically, like that was kind of a map for everybody. Like your trick shotters had areas to trick shot off of. Your red gunners had all kinds of lanes to open up and run to. I mean, you had the heli that everyone could camp on, but it wasn't hard to kill them off of it.
Right.
Like it was just an overall amazing map to me, at least. Um,
Definitely the most featured. The phase. What was it? Phase.
yeah, dude. Every
Oh, like
anytime anyone trick shotted on any type, it was always on fucking. It was always on
always
high rise. Another one
terminal.
would be terminal.
Yeah.
Like I think those maps kind of set what we really wanted as a map. And then I mean that was more for like the Infinity Ward side of things. And then obviously like all the ones you really kind of just named off here were all Treyarch influential maps. Like both companies have their maps that everyone loves. When their game drops, it's kind of what we expect back. Obviously we get new shit. But I mean my top three influential maps are High Rise, Terminal, and Overgrown. Yeah.
I think that one's probably a hot take just because no one knows what the fuck that map is. But I
I mean
mean,
it
for
comes from
people
the
who,
OG. It comes from the OG COD, bro. Like COD 4 right there.
I don't think anyone.
So like those are my three influential maps. I
I
mean,
think
you
over
kind of took out
solid map.
a lot of the ones that I would have picked. I mean, obviously Nuketown, but Nuketown's been in almost every single Treyarch drop game since Black Ops.
There's
So
some that are just like
it's
obvious to
overwhelming.
pick.
I've kind of wished for like they would kind of leave Nuketown alone and kind of let it like bask in its glory days. but at the same time, everyone loves it. Everyone wants to play on it. It's a small map, great for 1v1s if that's what you're
Great
into.
for camo grinding. That's what everyone uses it for.
Ammo grinding, leveling up weapons. I mean, it's one of those. I mean, raid is another one that is great for all that shit. If you can hold down like the right angle, you can camo grind on that map all GT.
I think it's always been Nuketown on Treyarch, Shipment on Untitled.
Shipment, shipment. Whenever you hop into shipment, you already know some kids drop in fucking 100 to 200 fucking kills. It's gonna happen. It's
Or you're
depending
running
on the game
kids
mode.
like with the riot shields and the Kali sticks and like that's where all
Yep.
so
Standoff, dude. It's just, I mean, as it is a bigger map, that right there is like Sniper Haven.
it's a long shot
All
map.
all all snipers love that fucking map. And then Rust, like who doesn't love Rust? That was like the OG 1v1 map.
Anyone who got trick shotted from the top does not love Rust.
That's fair. I mean, I got trick shotted on that map all the time, and I didn't give a shit. I still loved it.
It's
I was like,
anytime I
I want
loaded
to learn
into
how
it, I
to
was
do
like,
what he
oh,
just did.
I'm gonna get trick shotted. I see like all these people snipers that they're holding. I'm like, I'm getting clipped this game.
Told myself, I'm gonna, I'm gonna eventually do that one day, and I still haven't been able to do it.
You
So,
haven't hit one yet?
not on Rust. I
I've
think
I've hit a few
I've
of
hit a
them, but
few on Nuketown. I've hit a few on Express, but I haven't hit a single one.
I don't think I hit any in 2019. It's because I was more camo grinder. Like as soon as I got Damascus and Obsidian account and I went like MW, that's all I did. I wanted Red Frostie more than Red Phantom. I was back then. Red more than
Sir,
I think those are some solid picks for Mavs considering vetoed out for you. We're gonna go through every category. Um I think we got history since you some are gonna be more specific, so I can explain the category too. But we're gonna start, especially since you've ray gun. This is gonna be nice. Um, start just COD history. Scariest assault rifle.
Curious assault rifle.
Deadliest assault rifle in your. I'll give my opinion on this too, because I said my.
And I kind of have two. Like, it's kind of hard for me to pick because there's so many great options out there, especially like if you do play almost every single Call of Duty.
And we're talking pre-nerf when it was in its prime, at the absolute strongest.
To me, the scariest one that I could have gone up against, the most overpowered one, was the AN-94 from Black Ops 2.
Okay.
It was just something. It was like a two-shot weapon, bro. There's like as soon as you got hit by the first one, you already knew you were dead.
What's your second one out of curiosity?
It would be the Honey Badger from Ghosts.
Okay, that's in my top three.
Um, it's it was just it didn't matter in that game whether it got nerfed or not. It was still such a viable AR to run.
So I'm going to say this, and the second I say it, I know you agree with me. The AS Val with the 10 round mag, MW.
Oh my god, don't get me started with that fucking thing, bro.
Bro,
That was literally an SMG in an AR platform.
bro, not even that. When it had the 10 round mag and could shoot through every wall in the game, and
Shit
everyone
was
had
it was so
snapshots,
overpowered, bro.
bro.
Like, I mean, kids still run it in fucking Warzone too. Like, it's the crazy thing.
Yeah,
They
they
still
do.
run it in Warzone.
And it's still viable. So
It really is. Even if you put like, what is the max round that you can put on that thing?
I
Is it
think
like a
I
40
think it's
round?
45
Yeah, dude. Like you're lasering kids,
bucks.
and those kids stand no fucking chance against it. You
Bucks.
are literally running an AR platform as an SMG, but it still has the range of a fucking like marksman rifle. But I even remember the AS Val from like playing these like knockoff CS:GO games on fucking school computers.
Yeah.
Like the shit was just it was overpowered.
um, let's go SMG. SMG.
These are two that like these are two hybrid SMGs.
Okay, I think you have the same one that I have.
Ripper and the Peacekeeper.
Yep. Okay. The Peacekeeper. BO2.
Yep.
Thought that was an AR.
It was an SMG.
Can understand your choice then.
I thought it was an AR too, but
It's used as
actually
an
it may
AR.
have been. Hold on, let's double check because I remember it being an SMG, but fired like an AR. Let's double check that.
I think I need a different one for the sake of you saying the Ripper is always.
Peacekeeper is a submachine gun featured in Black Ops 2.
That's crazy.
Yep. Yep.
For the sake of being different and bro, this thing ridiculous. Okay, I have two. Cold War Tech 9 was unmatched, dude. Shit gun. Shit was
Even with the nerf, the Tech 9
for a
is
while. Like it took them like 8 months
still
to nerf
slapping.
that thing perfectly.
But I can
Now it's
agree with
so
that.
good.
The
Um,
Tech 9 is still overpowered, and it was super overpowered whenever it first dropped.
I don't know if you did you play BO2 like the second it came out, like you didn't get it for Christmas or anything. Okay,
I pre-ordered it, so yeah, I
so
played it as soon as it
so
dropped.
you got to use the PDW before they nerf.
PDW and MP7 in that game were my go-tos.
PDW before they nerfed it into the ground. It's arguably Cottage opinion. It
Yeah,
had
the shit was it
zero
was a laser.
recoil. It was as scary as a KN A AN 90
Yeah,
coil, no drop off damage, 50 round mag I think. Fucking
yeah. The 50
ridiculous.
round mag, you throw on the suppressor, like yeah, you were dangerous, bro. like like I said, I ran the PDW, I ran the MP7, and
And
then the Peacekeeper dropped. I kind of tried it out a little bit, and I was like, it's kind of overpowered. I'm gonna go back to my PDW and MP7, and I continued to run both of them. Um, Another one that I used a lot in Black Ops 2 was the MSMC.
I'm gonna get fucking roasted for this. The MSMC is goated. Don't get me wrong. It's not even in my top three SMGs in the game.
What's your top three then?
Not in order like how they're based right now, how they're
Mm-hmm.
used right now. Um, Scorpion.
Scorpion Evo was another one I ran.
I'm gonna get flamed for this.
It's the
I
Shikon CQB.
yes. I hate burst weapons. I'm so bad with burst weapons. I would rather use a semi-auto to the fucking.
I
Speaking of
agree with you.
semi-autos, we'll go back to it. Not right now.
I agree with you, and I thought I was gonna hate the Shikon, but I fucking loved it, dude. Like
I love it.
the grind for diamond camo on the SMGs was by far my favorite fucking grind in Black Ops 2. Like I had diamond SMGs, ARs, and sniper rifles,
I had
and then
diamond
I kind of
everything.
fell off after trying to go for shotguns because I was just like, I don't feel like trying to get headshots with
Diamond,
this shit, bro.
diamond shotguns of BO2 were the first mastery camo I ever got.
I should have gone for shotguns first, but I didn't.
The
So
KSG in diamond, like I was watching Vanoss videos back then. Put out a shotguns only dodge where the shots of the shotgun and like random sound throughout the game made like a song and lined
Mhm.
up with the beats of a song.
I
And
think I
he
watched that one.
had diamond shotguns, diamond KSG. Like, what the fuck is that camo? Because diamond didn't appear until you just unlocked. It's much like how like dark matter was in
Should be.
BO3. So like people didn't know diamond was because that was the first game that ever had diamond. Um,
Yep.
so people didn't know that it existed, and then it came out with diamond shotguns. The fuck? shit had me like starstruck. So I was like, fuck it, I'm getting everything. But
Um,
I might be remembering this wrong. But was the MTAR an SMG game or was it an AR?
MTAR was an AR.
Yeah, well, then
It was
MSMC can be in my top three.
yeah, the
It was an SMG and Ghost though, right?
I think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might have been.
Oh, the vectors in BO2. I don't think the vectors better SMC though.
Dude, I literally
Every SMG in BO2 was so good.
I went 15-0 in a search game with an MSMC
It's crazy.
and got called a hacker.
Uh,
This shit, this shit was funny, bro. I
Shit
mean,
is
it was
like
on firing
unheard
range
of.
too.
Shit is like unheard of nowadays, but like nowadays, every other lobby I run into, it's like someone going 20.
I think it was what was the map called in Black Ops 2? Because it wasn't fire. Was it Studio? I think it was Studio.
BO2,
Yeah.
yeah, studio.
I went fucking 15-0 and got called a hacker. And then I was also called a bitch for using an MSMC. But
Go figure.
it is what it is, bro.
I just didn't think it was
That was my
crazy.
gun.
I don't know. I didn't really like. In my head, when I was younger like that, it was like the faster the gun fires as an SMG, the better it is. Which obviously I know now using the Tech 9 and stuff like that I am. Slower SMGs are kind of the way to go. MP4, Tech 9,
Not
higher,
necessarily. Yes, lower ones tend to hit a little harder,
harder, but I tend to hit my
but
shots easier with those because I'm an AR.
makes sense. Yeah, it's more you gotta look more at the firepower and the damage that the weapon puts out because there are some that have a faster fire rate than the slower ones and do more damage
Effects.
and have like better firepower. So it's kind of just experiment with what's good for you,
Yeah,
pretty much, and figure out what it is you want to continue to run. And that was the MSMC for me.
yeah.
So
Let's go to LMGs.
LMGs, I will stand by this, and I will always stand by this. It's always going to be a fucking stoner. The stoner has always been overpowered in every single Call of Duty that fucking thing has been in.
Has it been in more than Cold War and BO1?
Uh, I think
They were like completely different guns, and
yeah, because I think the stoner was more of like an AR
they ran like an
style
AR.
LMG, and then the one in Cold Wars, it's a straight up LMG. But that is probably going to be like the most overpowered LMG to me. I can't remember which one. Was it the VOK?
In what game?
No, the Dingo. The
Oh, the
Dingo.
Dingo in BO3. Yeah,
The Dingo was so overpowered
Dingo
too.
is crazy. I think
There
two
was a slower firing one. I think it was the VOK.
in BO3.
Yeah, it was,
B okay, there's the BRM, the Dingo, the Dredge is the burst one, and then there's the Gorgon. The Gorgon is the slow firing one.
the Gorgon was a lot like the M60,
Yeah.
but I think it hit a little harder than the M60 did. So yeah, the Gorgon was another one.
So I have two for this one. I have one that I think is the deadliest, and one that I think is the most fun to use, or like the most challenging, as you could say. But no, LMG is challenging to use, and they both come from the same game. And a lot of people don't know that it exists because nobody fucking played this game because they all hated it and they didn't take the chance to play it. They both come from Ghosts. Um,
Okay, I think I know which
I
ones you're
th-
talking
I think the
about.
chainsaw is the most fun gun in like LMG and COD history to use.
That was also the first time you ever seen an LMG be hip fired.
Is it not the only time that we've seen it still?
No, because
They released a DLC one in Infinite, didn't they?
no, in Modern Warfare 2019, there was an LMG
Oh
that dropped.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
could put the hand grip on,
Oh yeah,
and you
yeah,
could
yeah.
hip fire it.
They had one in. They had one. There
And
was an
then I think there
attachment
was
you
one
could
in
put a
Infinite Warfare
BO4.
2.
There was an attachment you could put on for like the specialist attachment of
Yep.
on the Hades, I think.
So yeah, that was the first time you ever seen an
It
LMG
was
get
so
fucking
dope
hip
though.
fired.
It looks so good with gold. It was
It really did.
really, really accurate. Like,
It was crazy.
if you knew where the
Shit was
center of your
absolutely
screen
crazy.
was, shit was wild. And now I know you think I'm gonna say the M27. I'm not gonna say the M27. I'm
M27 from which game?
from Ghosts.
Because
From
wasn't the
when I think
M27 an AR platform in Ghost?
no, the M27 IAR LMG, the most over like by far. There was the Ameli M27 IAR chainsaw, and there's one more, the LSAT.
The LSAT is insane too,
The
especially the one
LSAT
from
is my
Black Ops 2.
choice. The LSAT from Ghost is my choice. It felt the best. It had no recoil. It had 100. Think I think it had a 100 round base mag and went up to 150, and it killed in 3 bullets. Like, shit was ridiculously insane.
Actually, there was another game where the M27 was an AR, not an LMG, and I said something about it. It was one that came after Ghost because I was used to the M27 being an LMG. But what
Was it
game was
IW?
that?
I don't think. Is there another M27?
No, I think it was an AR platform.
Oh, the
No, because
M27 was the BO2 M27.
okay, yeah. So it was the AR in that one.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was the M4 style. So yeah.
But yeah, those are my two. They're both from Ghost. Ghost was the first game that I got every weapon gold. I got everything gold in Ghost, and then I went back to BO2 and finished up all of the guns in that one because I was horrible at sniping. So I just couldn't get snipers gold in the game. But I love sniping at Ghost. It was fun. Got everything game. I was one. I based all of my stuff on YouTube back then. First 50 people that got every gun gold. I got a gold. I got everything before Christmas hit, and I was like 15, 14 or at times. So I was like, Call of Duty's my game. That was when I decided, like, right there, like, I'm sticking with COD. So,
Bro, the fucking memories, dog.
also, a lot of people don't know this existed because it was in Ghost, but Clan Wars back in present day COD, dude.
Dude, I miss Clan Wars.
Like, the way that they ran it back then, where it was like each game mode was a point that you could earn. If you play that game mode, like, whichever team had the most wins in that game mode in your district got that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then each team could have, like, I think it's 10 players on it. Person just different fucking lobby, just solo that shit. The
Mm-hmm.
clans that I played with back then, dude, like, it was crazy. Like, we would, oh my god. And then you got a specific sticker, which it was just a fucking sticker or an emblem back then. So it wasn't anything crazy, but there were only 10 people in the world that had that emblem.
It made you stand out from the rest.
Facts.
The Clan
Or
Wars,
10 teams in the world that had that emblem, I should say. So
the one game mode I missed the most from Ghost was probably
the fucking one
the
where you
the
run into the
way
zones.
it was more of the way they did Cranked. I love the way they
Oh,
did Cranked and Ghost. Like Cranked now, I'm not a fan of it.
people just hate on Ghost because of the reputation it had with the community.
It's because it was a different Call of Duty. It was everyone was used to way Modern Warfare and Black Ops felt that
Yeah,
when they dropped Ghost, they it was futuristic, but it was more modern
facts,
style, right?
facts.
So it implemented the first tactical slide. It implemented the first time you could mount your weapon onto a wall or surface.
First time there was interactive maps.
First Call of Duty with the dynamic maps as they called them. Um, I think it was the first Call of Duty with the like not guard dog. Well, yeah, it was kind of like a guard dog. It wasn't attack dogs. It was the guard dog.
The
You can
guard
call
dog.
in your little Riley, and you could get shit on, and Riley would shit on the person that killed you. It was
What was the big thing
first,
that everyone made
and
fun of
then
Ghost
the
for?
then the
The fish
maniac.
or something? The animated fish in the water, I think, was a big fucking like troll.
Yeah,
I remember when the game was launching and like everyone was doing it's like and we have animated fish, and everyone was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, and then the fish weren't even animated, just the water was. That shit had me rolling. I played on the water maps, and the fish would just like be still in the. Oh my god. But
And
yeah,
then a
the
maniac,
maniac was.
dude. Who would have thought Juggernaut armor, dude, just running at you with a fucking combat knife?
Could be fucking terrifying. Yeah.
It shit was terrifying because you would
Literally made
hear
me shit myself.
enemy maniac in your
Yeah.
in your area,
Yeah.
and you're just like, where?
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like
So
looking in fucking corners, and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna sit right here.
yeah, I'm on strike zone, bro. I'm sitting on top of the cars. I'm hoping that he doesn't know how to throw a throwing knife very well. Like I'm just fucking hiding, bro.
And when they had that and a Juggernaut, you knew you were fucked, bro.
Bro, what scared me the most is
It was
the
game over.
maniacs that there was an achievement in that game. Got an emblem for having a maniac active, having a guard dog and a vulture at the same time, and the vulture was just like an AI dragonfly that followed behind you and shot people. And then the guard
Dude,
dog following you while you were a maniac.
that shit was an overpowered strat. I used it.
I used it too. And all
Like
I played in Ghost was free for all to get my camos, and all I heard was people saying, "Please stop, please."
you you were screwed, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh my fucking god, this shit had me dying.
Or like when you and a bunny or a buddy are both running it, same exact fucking setup
Oh my
with both guard
god.
dogs involved. Dude, there was just nothing that they could do. You were literally running side by side. They didn't know who to fucking shoot at. So I mean,
I think that was the last
Ghost.
game with support streaks in it too, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I think they switched to the specialist where you can get more perks now instead of support. But I mean, no matter how many times people shit on Ghost, I enjoyed my time on it.
Facts.
I had a lot of fun playing it. Like yeah, it was really gray in color. Like super hazy in some areas. It wasn't as bright and vibrant like Treyarch games are.
As soon as you
But
said that, I just heard like 500 comments say Stonehaven. You said it was bright and vibrant.
bro, that map right there.
Whiteout, Whiteout, I hated that map. Fuck Whiteout. Whiteout can die is one of the worst maps in COD history.
No, I'm just talking about Stonehaven, dude. Literally everyone with a thermal sniper.
It was a sniper's
You just
paradise, dog.
you just seen people running across the fucking field glowing white.
If
Like
you knew the spots in that map, you could eat. That was the easiest map to chem on.
what was the one with the stadium? I think what was it called?
The stadium strike zone. Stadium.
You're literally on the outskirts, or not like on the outside of like a baseball stadium. There's the concession stands. There was the little gift shop, and then like if you did drop a fucking like chem on there, it would destroy the map fucking completely.
Yeah, strike zone where the loading screen was like the weenie. Yeah,
Yeah,
strike zone.
that map I dropped chems on all the fucking time.
I love strike zone.
Kids could just not stop me, dude. I don't know what it was. I was just running through, mowing kids down left and right.
We got so sidetracked.
But
Gotten
yeah,
through three of weapon classes.
let's get back to it, bro.
Let's go to shotgun.
before we continue on with Ghost and completely get roasted in the comments.
It's too late. We're done for in the comments. Two people who agree that they love ghosts. Yeah, we're fucked.
All right.
Let's go shotguns.
um. Yeah, I have like three options here.
Let's go with one that's the deadliest and one that you thought was the most fun to eat.
Deadliest, in my opinion, was probably the Brecci from Black Ops 3.
Okay, that's a fair choice.
But the funnest ones to use were definitely fucking dual models. Dual models
It's
all
also a
fucking
fair
day.
choice.
Like I'm just talking about running around, shoot, and then you just start fucking flipping it to like yeah, bro. It was just fun.
I don't know why the KSG for me the fun shotgun to use in COD history. It was a shotgun.
Shotgun that shot slugs.
Yeah, sniper shotgun. I think it was the first slugged shotgun ever, right?
I had a buddy who ran it all the time. I
I
think
mean,
it
the dual
might have been.
models were pretty bad with that because they
Yeah.
drop off. But I think the deadliest for me is probably the 725 in Prime.
Modern Warfare
Everyone
2019 725.
had it,
Bro, you threw a sniper rifle scope on that thing? Oh my god.
or any of the Dragon's Breath shotguns when released originally. MW
That's
was a
fair.
terrible year for shotguns.
That was fair. Me, I wouldn't necessarily say the Brightkey was like the deadly. It was the scariest one for me.
Yeah, if
Because
I heard
I
it,
was literally
if I heard it, I would be like, nope,
just
other
going
way.
off. I'm gonna go this way.
Yep,
Y'all can fight over
facts.
there. Y'all can die. I'm gonna go the opposite way of you guys because I just wasn't doing it.
So let's move shotguns to now we're gonna do tactical rifles, which are anything that's a burst weapon, anything that's a burst assault rifle.
Definitely. Hard, bro. Like you're talking about marksman rifles. Not all of them were technically burst, but like if we're getting down to just marksmans that were burst, then we're
Yeah,
talking about like the AUG. We're talking about the
tacticals.
M16.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, the one that I didn't like going against was a fucking auger.
is that
That
MP04? That's an is that MP04? I remember an
that
auger.
was. I think it was Infinite. If this fucking website will tell me, I can double check. Because marksman rifles and tactical rifles are technically the same thing.
Are we putting marksman and tacticals in the same category? Burst or semi-auto?
Yeah, because they were technically the same thing. I think they just kind of changed the name throughout different Call of Duties. Oh, what fucking COD was this in? It was Black Ops 4.
Oh, the auger.
The
Semi.
Auger
Yeah, yeah,
DMR.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, just from Blackout.
That thing literally it would literally two shot you. It didn't matter where they hit you. I just as soon as I got hit that first time, I stemmed up and got the fuck out of there.
And the most fun.
I don't.
It's kind
I
of a
have a
hard
lot of
category.
fun when it comes to me running marksman slash tactical rifles. The one I kind of have a lot of fun with is usually when I'm trolling, and it's literally the DMR from Cold War because of my trigger finger. It literally looks like it's firing automatically.
It's fair.
Type 63
That's
fires a
so
little slow for
fucking.
me.
I hate that you said that, but I get it.
I
Um,
literally turned a semi-auto rifle into an automatic.
someone who doesn't run bursts like ever. I actually have a lot of guns that I think are deadly. I mean, if we got like COD 4 M16, still today like probably one of the deadliest stats wise burst assault rifles ever. But
Yeah, I believe did one bursted you as well, like it does in Cold War. And
that was the semi-autos though. I don't think tops the BO2. Like shit got GB.
yeah, yeah, and I ran that one quite a lot in pub stomping.
It was you could not against it if someone had accuracy on it.
So like my main two like long rifles that I pretty much ran in Black Ops 2 were the M8A1 and the FAL.
People were playing if like the general community of COD today BO2 back then, everyone has a foul, and like people don't miss shots like BO2 did back then. Lobbies were ass, and it's not just because it's like no skill-based matchmaking. Like people genuinely horrible Call of Duty BO2. Like even the pros, like nobody threw shoulder. People had like 3 second reaction time. Like people
You have to.
horrible,
You also got to take in consideration from Black Ops 2 to where we are now. How many years of practice is that?
right?
So
Exactly.
like anyone, like yes, I mean you have some really dog shit players when it comes to Call of Duty now, but how many times a day do you see these guys actually on the game playing?
I mean, honestly, with this, with the lobbies that we're playing in now, though, like, we were at the skill that we would probably still be facing players like just with their skill-based
Probably
matchmaking.
would. Probably would, and we would all be pretty much fucking pro players at that point.
Yep. 100%.
So I mean, it's
I mean, even at the skill base
it's
that we're playing right now, like I'm still dropping like 50s, dropping 80s. Like Goof is dropping like Goof played respawn 60s, S&D, like damn near
mhm.
every game. Like,
I mean, we're doing all that with sniper rifles. So imagine if we were to run around with our guns, dude.
yeah,
Like I'm talking
done
about when
so.
Cold War first dropped, Nuketown. I was playing Domination, running around with a fucking AKU MP5. I'm talking about I'm dropping 100 and something kills. Like when you start having every player playing like that, no one's dropping anything higher than like a 30 or a 40. Like
Facts.
everyone's literally dropping the same shit across the board.
Like when Scump dropped his sweat ban in like 100 on BO2, everyone knows the sweat ban video.
Mm-hmm.
Shit went viral. 100 kills. Like, bro, I see someone drop 100 kills in a hardpoint game in pubs every other game. Now,
And people just
like the new
they
thing.
watch the pros. They learn rotations. They learn maps, lanes, how to peek certain areas. I mean, jiggle peeking alone, like no one does that shit anymore. But you do have the ones who do watch the pros and who tend to kind of take their gameplay to the next level. They'll do that shit all day. I mean, snaking, that was another fucking tactic
Oh
that a
my
lot of the
god,
pros used, and
it was
they
so
took that
annoying.
shit out of Black Ops. They took that shit out of Black Ops Cold War, right? There's times where I'll still snake on a kid. He can't fucking hit me. But the entire time I'm seeing him, he's not seeing me. And then just it's giving me information. It's giving me information to get to my team. But it's just trying to figure out what tactics works, like what works best for you when it comes down to gameplay still. And some kids, I'm talking about what was the highest game I had in Search and Destroy? I went fucking 32-1. I got killed on fucking kill 27 going for a fucking nuke on rush, bro, with a sniper rifle and amps. Like it's frustrating, but anyone can do it. You just got to put your mind to it. You have to learn the maps, learn how your enemy team is playing, and don't hide to get your kills. Play aggressive. If you die, just learn from what you did and try and do it better.
Facts. When we consider marksman rifles in history, are we considering the R700 and the Kar 98 because they are in that category, but they are snipers.
With me, I consider more of a sniper rifle anything that's more bolt action.
So
So
I
like
think the
the Car
most,
98, yes, it was a marksman, but I still consider it a sniper rifle. Like if I did 1v1s, I still allowed people to run the Car 98
even though
unless
everyone
we
bitched
all
about it if you were using it,
even though we all agreed that like AES is cool, you can use it, or they'll be like, no, let's just only keep it to the AX50 or the HDR. So like it was kind of more of an agreement amongst the person and you that you're 1v1ing on what you would consider to be a sniper that game.
bro, I'll be honest, 1v1s, I just pulled out the crossbow. You
This
know
fucking
that?
guy.
If we're considering those snipers, I think the most fun marksman rifle in history is going to be a Hawk. something about the way that the R3K felt in Infinite just felt so nice. I just loved using that thing.
I never really like I played Infinite, but I didn't really get behind it like I really the only reason I pre-ordered Infinite Warfare was literally to play the campaign and have Modern Warfare Remastered. That was literally it.
The R3K was literally an M16 that shot lasers, and it was just like the sound it made, the way that it kicked, the way that it made kids scream when they died to it. Everything about it, just like
So we're talking about like Toxic Tech 9 of its days.
yeah, pretty much. And
Got
then
it.
there was an attachment you could put on it to make it fully on. Just, bro.
Yeah, no. See, those are the games I would have left in, bro.
This is something
If
that this is gonna be one that's gonna make us. I think I don't know, maybe set, but let's go sniper rifles. It's overpowered. Let's go like talk overpowered. I don't know if you go based off like it's consistent, like based off one shots. It's consistent based off like speed and how easy it was to hit a clip with, or I don't know how you wanna.
I dogged on Bear for the RSAS, but that's not one I'm gonna choose. When it came to one shots, it was definitely the Moors from Advanced Warfare. That thing was just if you hit your shot, that kid wasn't coming back.
Yeah,
Like that kid was not turning on you or anything. But when it came to consistency, it's hard for me between the intervention and the MSR because I'm an intervention boy. I've always loved the intervention. Obviously, Modern Warfare 3 didn't have it, so it was the next best thing, the MSR. Um, I don't ever remember really getting hit markers with any of them. So, like, it had the speed behind it when it came to quick scoping, it had the consistency of one shotting behind it. It, it was just like, it felt nice in your hands when you're running around with it, being able to pull off half the fucking clips you pulled off with them. The range chamber on them it wasn't slow. It rechambered about just as fast as the Swiss did, maybe a little slower than the Swiss. It fired about just as straight as the ZRG does, but had a lot of the power of the DSR or the Barrett. Like it was just something I really enjoyed using. So those are like my fun snipers, but definitely we're talking about overpowered and kind of scary to go against was definitely the Moors. If that kid missed that shot and you heard that shit was past your head, bro, you were ducking because you could see it too.
the Moors is usually my answer because of it, but for the sake of trying to say something different, I am going to. Add. So I could be simple with this and say pre-patch DSR. Not a lot of people are gonna argue, but I'm gonna go obscure, and I don't think it's been said, but I'm gonna go Proteus from Infinite. It was a hybrid sniper shotgun, and shotgun shot as it was basically sniper pellets. It was ridiculous, especially on launch. You could no
Okay,
scope it like a shotgun. Shotgun, it went as far as a sniper. It's ridiculous.
that's crazy.
Couldn't
Yeah,
compete
see,
against it.
I didn't really play Infinite Warfare, like I said, and when I did, the only thing I really ran in there was the fucking NV4.
Comes to fun, I'm considering my personal bias, and obviously with most fun. I, After I got Dark Matter in BO4, I only played Blackout. That being
Yeah,
said, the Koshka was by far the most fun thing to use. Blackout, hands down.
I can agree with
If
that
you
one.
hit headshots with the Koshka, the sound of the headshot ting is the most satisfying headshot ting.
I really need to start playing Blackout again, bro. I really do miss a lot of the guns from the game.
Blackout was crazy.
Another fun sniper was the and everyone's gonna hate me for this, was the SVU from Black Ops 2.
The, I was gonna honestly say the Dragonov or Modern. It runs just like SVU.
I don't know, it was just something about the SVU, bro. The shit was so compact, but it hit hard.
Like there's a lot of like we could sit here and say every single sniper sitting here except for the 1000. Say every single sniper in COD history. Um, give a case for it. It's giving a case for the WAT 2000. So,
Hit marker machine right there.
bruh, I think that's the only sniper in history that a nickname degraded it. People called that the Wawa, dude.
That shit was ass, bro.
Know why people? Do you know why people called it the Wawa?
I I've heard of it, but I never really knew why,
Because
other than just it was dog shit.
people got 4 hit markers in a row with it. They went.
Yeah, bro, it was terrible.
It was
It was.
horrible. It was dog shit.
Now, when you
Anyways,
did get that one shot kill, though, that shit was satisfying because you're
facts.
like, well, this does this.
Let's go. Let's go pistols.
Hmm, I think
I'm gonna go like.
for me it's Diamati's,
Is it a
especially like if
solid
it's
choice
dual Diamati's, like
for
it just
powerhouse?
doesn't matter. That shit was so it's
Yeah,
still broken to this day. But fun, I don't know, man. Like USP 45 was so much fun to fucking use,
just any game.
especially especially with the fucking knife. Like
Facts.
USP 45, the Cap 40 from Black Ops 2. Like,
Top 40 solid.
there's a lot.
I've already
There,
said the mark last podcast, so I'm gonna say snake shots 2019.
Snake Shot 357s. Yeah.
As far as most
The
fun, it's
range on those things.
yeah, like especially like bro, come on, like
I ran them
um
in Warzone all the time
yeah,
before they got nerfed. Like, I was like, I can't beat these kids with them. Why not fucking join them? So I ended up joining them.
facts.
That's how it is. You can't beat them. Play fight fire with fire and just make a bigger fucking fire. You feel?
I think the only pistol give a case for to say that I hate pistols. My least favorite category. But no matter what game I'm playing, no matter what game it's been in, I always thoroughly enjoy my time.
I think my favorite Desert Eagle is probably Modern Warfare 2's.
Modern Warfare 2. I
I
think
think it
mine
was
is
Modern Warfare
either
2.
COD 4 because it didn't have kick.
That's
Honestly,
fair.
the MW 2019 had a lot.
Oh, bro, it was just
It was the first gun I ever got Obsidian.
for some reason I really enjoy having a knife with my pistol because it allowed for like the strafe jumps
Because you missed all your
and
shots and you had to go in life. I feel like.
I bro, just the strafe jumps. It just looked super clean for trick shots and Modern Warfare 2. Like just shooting, reloading, knifing, and then fucking you YY attack, insert, throw it. Like it's just yeah, bro. It was just it looked super clean to me. And then
And
yeah, if you ran out of ammo and they kept coming, just fucking knife their ass. Plug it
Vex.
because I don't have time to reload and get shot.
I'm I'm gonna do this category even though I'm gonna regret it. We're just gonna do what we think the most fun is for this one. What's the most enjoyable launcher and kill with?
Mine was Strela. I was a fucking
Bro,
sniper
I
with
was
that
about to
thing.
say that too, bro.
I was a sniper, bro. Car drive by in Warzone, blew up. I'm talking about shooting
Nice.
helis out of the sky. Yeah, dude. I'm talking about a kid running up the fucking hill, and he was like, "Yeah, I got away." Yeah, no, you just got blown up. Like,
I think for me, there's only like obviously like a lot of people are gonna say like the RP. It's like you know the most well
it's
known.
been in almost every single Call of
Right?
Duty that has had a launcher. Now, Diamond RPG from fucking Black Ops 2 looked so clean.
I think for me, gonna just clear up what I think the top three are. Strela is in that. I think the Joker has to be in the top three most satisfying um, launchers to get kills with. She just game you, especially on Modern Warfare. Um, Shoot house, wall to wall, bro. Fucking get quad feed off spawn. People are like, what the fuck? Like, I had so much fun
Yeah.
getting that thing obsidian. I had so much fun with it.
So I mean, Strela was my number one, but my second was always gonna be the fucking Javelin.
Javelin Joker, 100%.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, I'm talking about Modern Warfare 2 Javelin on the
I know him. Is
Wasteland.
that the one with the highways going over?
No, Wasteland was the nuclear uh, radiated map that had the like the World War II style trenches that went into the little cave. Yeah, bro. You literally just shot to the other side, and you hit that entrance as soon as they hit tunnel, bro. I'm talking about feed after feed. It it was just fun to use. I don't remember which one was the one with the highways, but yeah, that
A
it just
lot
didn't
of
matter what map, bro. You could literally hit cross maps with the javelin all day.
a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with my choice. Specifically saying the Black Ops 3 one. I think the Max GL is so much fun. The China Lake. I think it's. I mean, it's a launcher, and if you don't know how to rate, it's so
Mhm.
satisfying. Kill with it. Bitch, fucking grenade launchered my ass, like all
There's
the
also
time
the
on BO3.
Mark 32,
Oh, is that
the
that's the
6 round grenade
AW one,
launcher.
right?
The 6 round grenade launcher.
On AW.
Yeah, the thing just go doom doom doom
I
doom.
hated
Yeah,
that.
bro, you you already knew you were fucked, bro. And then it became the war machine. Became the war machine in the Treyarch games.
um, the last category I'm gonna go with is rounding up specials into one.
Ballistic knives.
Yeah, I don't.
Just whatever any game that they were in, I had the most fun, and they probably scared the shit out of you whenever you got hit with them because you don't know how you died until you watch the kill cam. Because you don't hear it, dude. It literally it either hits you or you just hear it thuds like hit something behind you and it just makes a little thud sound.
Is that your deadliest and your most fun?
Yeah, I would have to say so. I've never been a fan of the crossbow.
I think the BO4 one was probably my favorite one. Attachments.
Yeah.
I think the special. I think the Ballistic Knight is top two. I mean, bro, the amount of bullshit that I've seen with the Cold War crossbow, like
It's literal. It's an aimbot machine.
facts.
That's if
It's
you're on
bullshit.
controller, you are literally hitting anything you shoot at. It doesn't matter. I
However,
mean, in Warzone, the most fun I've had was running double for riot shields.
a horrible person. Um,
Fucking Modern Warfare 2019 on the back, fucking Vanguard on the front. Yeah, bro. Trolling the fuck out of kids.
weirdo for that.
run around with a fucking throwing knife. Yeah, kids couldn't stop me, bro. Stun, running, throwing knife, fucking beat the shit out of them with a fucking riot shield.
Bro, we
I got you. I mean,
funny as fuck.
you either run stuns or you're running fucking smoke grenades.
I bet.
So
And we
I mean,
run fucking restock on.
you're having fun. Like you forget about the whole I'm trying to win this shit. I'm just going for fucking reactions at this point.
I think
And you get some really good reactions with it.
I think the most fun special for me is the BO B13 shooter.
Oh, the way that shit could ricochet off of walls.
People shit into COD. Crazy.
You would literally just see frisbees flying everywhere, bouncing off of shit. The amount of times I died because the kid missed me and it ricocheted off of the walls behind me and hit me.
I'm gonna do
Like
go ahead.
I can't give you words for that shit, bro. Like it was heartbreaking.
I'm gonna do a dumb final one. This question here. Just what do you two of the coolest and the stupidest melee?
Worst and the dumbest. There was a lot of them in was it
21
Black Ops 4?
BO3. I think 11. I'll start with
Yeah, because I got
coolest one from Eye of Apophis, and it's like a stone you pretty much, and it like you had to be with basically.
okay.
As far as the stupidest thing, had a action shit was like out. Come on, just a level.
Okay, the dumbest ones, but I think they were like the most fun to use were the prize fighters from Black Ops 3.
Very under.
Like you were literally double fisting somebody with fucking with boxing gloves. Like, come on, dude. Who's gonna run around with that shit? Nobody. But I think the coolest one to me, I think it was mostly just because I kind of had a knife that looked like it. Was was the malice, the curved blade dagger.
Yeah, I remember that.
That I don't know why it resembled a knife that I actually own, and I was like, I got this shit in game, so I'm gonna run around and knife kids with it now. Or even the Nightbreaker, the little bone knife with the fucking flint arrowhead blades on it.
Oh,
It was
the
like
fucking
double
yeah,
edged.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Now that we spent on that question, let's go to the one that usually takes people for. Before the podcast started, I sent you a list of gods. God, two Vanguard, including Blackout, Vanguard, Blackout, Dansk, and War Caldera, and then the 16 gods. Uh, rank them in order to best.
So obviously the worst one is Warzone Caldera. I can't stand the fucking map. It was probably the worst fucking update for Warzone ever. Um,
Four,
right above
it's
that
like Caldera everywhere.
is Vanguard. It's not so much that it's a shit game. It's just too easy. I don't have fun on it. So
I don't think it's developed.
I think it was rushed. Right above that is World War II. It was another game I didn't really have fun playing. It was another game that was just too easy for me. Above that was Advanced Warfare. I think it was more because I was just so used to the boots on the ground. The whole exo suit thing kind of just threw it off for me. Now, was I slaying kids? Yes, sir. You already know. Was I using the fucking exoskeleton to my advantage? Fuck yeah, I was. But it didn't really kind of like, I didn't really have like memories on that around that game really, other than just jumping over someone's head and then thrusting right past them type thing. And then right above that was Infinite Warfare. Like I said, I mostly just bought the game for Modern Warfare Remastered, so I never really played the multiplayer like that. Then I'm gonna go with an OG here, and y'all can hate me in the comments, but it was COD 4, Modern Warfare. There's just so many predecessors that were better than it, in my opinion.
Okay,
Right above that was Modern Warfare Remastered. Literally, it's just because it felt like the old Modern Warfare, just with better graphics.
fair enough.
Then Black Ops 4, and then right above that's Black Ops 3. It was Yes, it was the whole frost pack thing for me. You can kind of control your jump. The wall running aspect I thought was pretty cool. The whole operator thing I thought was pretty cool with their own special abilities. But like I said, I kind of enjoy more of the boots on the ground style Call of Duties.
That hurts a lot.
Right above that,
And that would be top five. So many trash college.
Modern Warfare 2019 above that one.
Holy fuck, you're pissing people off.
That's okay. Warzone Verdansk is above that. And then Blackout's above Verdansk.
Oh my god.
But I just have a lot better memories on Blackout
Okay,
with
so it's a
my boy
personal
I used
thing.
to yeah, with my boy I used to play with all the time. Like we would just go in, fucking shit on kids, and he would treat it like it was an actual military operation. It was the funniest shit ever.
There's one that's gonna
Uh,
come up. Explain yourself when it does.
right above that's World at War,
Okay,
and
yeah,
it's just
explain
because
yourself.
it's nostalgic, bro. It's
Bro,
just
above BO3? Ask?
World at War was the first Call of Duty with zombies, and I was a huge zombie player at the time.
Okay,
So that's kind of why it holds a special place on my heart
if
above all these others.
that's your reasoning, I can get behind it. But
Above that is Call of Duty Ghosts.
okay.
Um, Mostly because I did like the implementation of the tactical slide. It kind of gave me a little more of the old style feel of Call of Duty, but really fast paced. Plus, on top of that, Extinction. I need them to bring that shit back, bro.
Bro,
Because
Extinction
I
needs to come
enjoyed
back fucking 10 years.
the whole storyline behind it and everything. Like it wasn't zombies, but it was its own thing. But I fucking loved it, and the little Easter eggs they threw in there, it was just amazing, dude.
Not to mention, I want to state I am not a campaign player. Top three campaigns.
I will get to that as soon as I'm done with this list, and I will tell you exactly what like my two favorite fucking campaigns are of all time. And then right above that is Cold War.
Okay,
I
fair
mean,
enough.
it's the game I stay on 24 fucking 7 pretty much.
It's the only place that.
Then above that's Black Ops.
Alright, sure.
Above that's Modern Warfare 3.
Okay.
And then Black Ops 2. And then my number one spot is Modern Warfare 2. And that's because Modern Warfare 2 is literally the first Call of Duty I ever started on. And then I kind of backtracked. So that's kind of how my list is. Like my list kind of has more like sentimental value to it more than just based off of the game itself. So I know I pissed a lot of people off in the comments. That's okay. Go ahead and
So,
fucking roast me for what it is.
so many
But
people.
but again, I based my list off of more of personal experiences and sentimental value based off of those experiences that I had.
Bro, I won't even mention that you second. I won't mention that you Verdansk. You, let me just, got me the most. Put infinite above advanced. That hurt.
And here, I'll tell you exactly why. So, my top two favorite campaigns of all time is Call of Duty Ghosts and Infinite Warfares.
Oh, that
It's
doesn't
Infinite Warfares.
even.
Number three is Advanced Warfares. I enjoy the storylines of both of those games more than I did Advanced Warfares. The way that it looked graphic wise for Infinite Warfare was by far better. The storyline was by far better. But I mean, Advanced Warfare with fucking Kevin Spacey as the fucking villain, like
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, yeah, now you're right.
that shit is the reason why that's number three. Like Kevin Spacey is one of my favorite actors, and I think he fucking killed it in that game. So that's just kind of how my list worked. Is more based off of personal experiences with friends than so much based off of the way that the multiplayer was kind of based. Now, obviously, like Blackout and Verdansk would swap when it comes to uh, gameplay wise. I mean, Blackouts 3 and Blackouts 4 wouldn't be as low as they are. Modern Warfare 2019 wouldn't be as low as it is if we're basing it off of that. Um, Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare were completely fucking swapped because I had more fun on Advanced Warfare than I did Infinite Warfare. But I mean, my bottom three, they fucking stand. It Caldera, Vanguard, and World War II. I just couldn't get behind it. The zombies in World War II, fucking, it was absolute dog shit. The Call of Duty and
Facts.
Vanguard has absolutely no fucking substance behind it. You're literally just running around killing zombies and doing these little side quests. Like, I want an Easter egg that I can fucking
Chill,
grind for.
chill.
Like, that's
Hey, it's okay.
Caldera was an absolute dog shit map and should have never came out. I feel like that map was also fucking rushed, like
Chill.
Vanguard was.
Trying, like,
Like,
bro, we
that's
are
my
trying to
opinion.
enter like leagues with SiN right, and the way that Call of Duty ain't ever gonna make fucking.
No, we'll make it. It's just
We get
I don't
to an event,
sugarcoat I
Infinity
don't
Ward,
sugarcoat shit, bro.
Infinity Ward, and us being like, get the fuck out. Like they are.
Hey, I mean, I said what I said. I mean, Infinity Ward's like my number one game is an Infinity Ward game. My second one's a Treyarch game. They both have pros and cons to what's good and what's not good. And to me, it's just Modern Warfare 2 is kind of what took the cake for me.
That's fair.
So I mean, they like I said, they both have pros and cons. They both had aspects that were amazing about them, and that always caused me to go back. And some of them kind of just had things that I'd rather play something else.
Facts. Understandable. Well, that is gonna be the end of the third week of the SiN podcast, the eighth SiN. Um, I mean, dude, this, this episode was a time third block for no. I think this podcast is gonna be well over. Um,
As it should be for the owners of SiN, you know.
I guess, but like
We
nobody's
kind of
getting
had
all.
the nah, bro. If they're dedicated to SiN, they'll definitely get through it, bro.
If you guys are interested in affiliating with SiN, we have already. Make sure you hit up one of us. So we are said with we have the owners of SiN. All three of us. This ties into next week's episode. All three of us have currently in the process of putting out our submissions for Obey RC. Make sure you guys rep Obey Goofy, Obey Echo, and Frostii. Vouch for us anywhere that you see it on. Um, Echo and Goof are going playstyle side of things, whereas I'm strictly a GX position. I'm trying to play for them because I know I'm just gonna bring their rep down, honestly. But with that being said, guys, like this week's episode is gonna be absolute. Have I want to say I invited 10 grinding. See, I think I've gotten 6 of them. Kind of sense about it. Depends how much time. Some your sniping RC. So it's a bang. Simple. Personally, he's one of the major vouchers in the community. So getting awesome. Um, and like, bro, just gotta wait and see. Um, that's all I got right now. This episode. It's currently 8 a.m. We've been fucking going crazy between Warzone practice for the tournament coming up tomorrow, and just so much other shit, man. Obey RC shit, editing, SiN, GFX. Callie's been popping off trying to get noticed, and man, going every RC that there is out there. Just getting some rep behind his name, bro, man. Sleep. But
Nope.
if you guys rep SiN, you guys are going like just come to the top. Make sure you guys check us out on the EO tournament. It's gonna be myself, Kayy. Oh, sorry, Echo. I'm used to calling him Kayy. Myself, Echo, Bear, and Dark Helmet are gonna be competing a Warzone tourney. It's 18 teams total, 9 teams, separate sections, and with Echo and every game that we play like just by themselves. To make sure you come show your support, show us the and SiN all the way, baby. I say it all the time. I'm always ripping luck out of our shit because I don't have it. SiN is gonna be SiN is gonna be 100%. There's no doubt. I don't work behind the scenes, y'all. It's coming.
Okay. I mean, if y'all made it to the end of this video, bro, put hashtag obey Echo, hashtag obey Frostii, and hashtag no fucking sleep down in the
Facts.
comments, bro. Like, that's how we're
Facts.
gonna know y'all made it to the end of this video.
Facts. Facts. Do it. Do it. You won't. See? Uh, that's all I got, man.
That's all I got, bro, because we sit here for another 2 hours talking.
Facts. 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 But hey, man. SiN with honor. Did my sins, man. Um, just wait. I'll just wait, bro. Just wait.
Just
You got
understand we
anything?
fucking love you guys. I mean, we do all this shit for you guys. We don't do the shit for ourselves. So just understand, like,
Nah, that's
the
cap.
amount of
I do it all
fucking
for myself.
the amount of hard work and the amount of love that we put into this shit for you guys. Like, just keep that shit in the back of y'all's heads, man.
I feel
And
like
that's all I
my
gotta say.
mission ain't complete until I get each and every one of y'all affiliated on Twitch. Affiliates get to partner. Like I want to see your fucking 5 viewer average go to 30, go to 50 as we grow together, partner.
Even to 100 fucking views, bro. Like, that's
Make FaZe look like a bunch of. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but I love y'all, man. Support's been insane. The backing behind us, the amount of people that are enjoying. Um, that's some major W's. I'm
shout out
excited.
to uh shout out to the Obey Alliance guys for giving us this
Facts.
opportunity to fucking grind for them. Like,
Facts.
it's unreal. It's definitely a blessing.
Facts.
Like, we aren't where we are without having something to drive for.
I know there's a lot of Obey members that are part of SRC, but specifically Effie for me. SRC, that's all, man.
Meffy, Rydog, fucking Fumes,
3 days,
drums. I mean, all those guys, they're
Facts.
fucking
Everybody,
WS people,
all y'all,
and all they want to
brand
do is see the community fucking thrive.
facts. Like I don't. 8 hours ago, I wasn't even going RC, and Effie told me like, dude, just go for it. Just fucking do what you do. Do your graphics. And I don't know.
I mean, Rydog, Jplex, and Meth, they all
Facts.
three told me like, even if you don't make it, just do it to get your name out there. That's all it is. I mean, yeah, you
Word.
can say it's clout chasing or whatever you fuck you want to call it, but in order to make it in this type of field, you have to get your name known. You have to make connections. It's the nature of the beast when it comes to content creation.
100%. We're gonna end it
Again,
here
fucking
because we're
love you
good.
guys. Peace.
Peace out, man.